Good evening and welcome to the Students Table tonight, a show that brings you more about the Student Corner. My name is Dennis Baraza. Tonight we want to talk about the communication issue. What is communication in the Technical University of Mombasa? And today in the panel we are joined by Mrs. Consolata Manono, who is a student leader at the Technical University of Mombasa. Welcome.
Thank you.
And next is Mr. Sharif Mohammed, who is a member of the administration as well as a member of the Senate. Welcome, Mr. Sharif. And to my extreme closeness is Mr. Martin Murimi, who is a student at the Technical University of Mombasa. And therefore, to begin with you, Mrs. Consolata, how is the student leadership performing its roles of bringing the students and the administration together?
The students and the institution, we are well communicating, because any information that we get from the institution, we make sure that the students get the information without any distortion. And also the grievances raised by the students, we ensure that the information gets to the right people and the institution is all aware about the grievances of the students.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now to you, Mr. Sharif. Please tell us, how does the administration communicate to the students?
Thank you, Mr. Baraza. As the institution, as far as communication is concerned, about the communicate to the institution, to the students, I think there are memos. Memos are being released by the institution if there are any issue that the institution want to address to the student. Institution make sure that memos are released, they are placed on the notice board, and also apart from being released, we also make use of the student leaders. We ensure that the information we pass them to the student leaders so that the student leaders can channel the information to the rest of the students.
Thank you very much. And now, Mr. Martin, do you feel like there is a communication problem between the administration and the students?
Thank you, Mr. Baraza. I think personally I can say there's a very big problem with the communication between students and the administration. First of all, we have a lot of delayed communications. You find that some changes are made in the school system. Administration of the institution is delaying communications to students. Some of the times they have information like over deadlines or the deadlines of
information that is beyond the deadline.
Yeah, so
that the deadlines are closed, and then it's when they release the information.
Actually, that is what I wanted to pass out.
And talking about the information deadlines and the problem of communication from the administration, maybe we get a view of the member of the administration. What measures have you put in place to improve the problem of communication between the administration and the student body?
Just to add on that, Mr. Baraza, is that as the institution, I think we had a problem initially on our corporate office, but as for now, as we are talking, the institution have refurbished the corporate office. So the communication, I think, institution is now, it will be online. And also there is a telegram link that have been, the institution have come out with it, whereby the links are sent to the students, so that I hope you know that the telegram is able to communicate a very large number. Approximately 20,000 students will be able to be accommodated in that telegram, so that the communication will be
very fast,
very fast within the institution. And also the ambassadors of our groups are there formed in the institution, whereby the ambassadors are there who are able to spread the information to the rest of the students.
To the student leader, maybe do you have a burning issue that you would like to put across to the administration or to the students' body?
Yeah, I have an issue with the administration. The administration, my question is, you people, you are having information, but you are not giving to us in immediate time, which is causing a crisis at the institution, like the strike which we have been having recently. Why is it that you cannot communicate it in good time, the changes that you are making to the system, or whatever things that you are doing?
Just to respond to that, you see, about the issue of strike, the student have so many students. And now these comrades, each and every one of them is raising his or her own issue. They don't have a one common reason that they want to challenge the institution. So that
but I'm sure the administration, you are aware of the issues that you are raising, because before we raise an issue, you must be aware that you are going to give the deadline for fees payment. You are going to close the system for registration of units. Why don't you just communicate in good time for us to...
Mr. Sharif is saying, he talks of us not talking of the same issues as the students. For example, in the strike that Madam Consolata was talking about, we all talked about the issue of film payments deadlines. We all talked about the issue of infrastructure. Actually, in the school, we are even suffering from enough infrastructure, that is facilities such as seats. You find that we have an exam. Some people have to carry seats from the main campus to the other institutions that are outside. The other campus is out there.
So your claim is that the administration does not see that as a common problem between the students?
That is the real thing, and actually not my claim, but Mr. Sharif, who is an administrator here, said it right. So
Okay, to Mr. Dennis, okay, you know, according to the administration, they're saying that each student is raising his or her own issue. The issue is not more than 5,000 students cannot have different issues. That means when they are complaining of a certain problem that is affecting all of them.
Which is actually there.
Yeah, which is there.
They need to be addressed.
Yeah, and they need to be addressed.
But maybe if I encounter that about the issue of striking and the student raising several issues, you see about this, they are complaining about having a fee payment deadline, and that's something that's in the students' handbook. So this is just a matter of ignorance. So they ignore about the issue of paying student, the issue of...
Mr. Baraza, sir, I think Mr. Sharif here is not understanding this issue. In the recent past, the administration has just been very quiet about the fee deadlines. And then if you want to change, we all know that change is a step-by-step process. You cannot just do it.
Yeah, make a change and keep quiet.
Change about
You may change about fees payment and you're just quiet.
It's very normal to human beings.
Okay, gentlemen.
Mr. Sharif, it is very normal to human beings to be very defiant to changes. So you have to make changes step by step. Involve the students, involve the student leaders. Let them come and tell us that now from next semester we'll be following these deadlines for fee payments, which has not been happening there
Thank you,
before.
Mr. Martin.
Mr. Baraza is under the school's rules and regulations.
It's in the you have said that it's in the students' handbook.
Students need to go and read the students'
The student
Okay,
handbook.
Mr.
Maybe
No,
just
just-
wait a minute.
no.
A minute, please. Just a minute, please. Maybe is it clear in the student handbook that how many weeks before or after opening is the student supposed to clear the school fees, or it's not yet clear? Maybe to the
Actually, it is very clear, Mr. Baraza. But you see, in the recent years, we have not been following these deadlines because the administration has been giving the students a leeway of having the whole semester to pay fee, such that the only time you cannot sit for your exams is when you have not paid any fee. But they were not looking into the deadlines, such that even when the first years come, they didn't have a...
Thank you. Okay, actually, what I was saying is that it's a matter of communication. Yes, you have made a certain changes, but at least inform the student leaders to inform the students that the deadline of payment of school fees is this day and this day. We know it's in the handbook, but why are you not communicating? Making your own rules and just keeping quiet?
I very much support my counterpart with a student leader. I support her, and
I was requesting maybe you give time to the administrator maybe to respond to these allegations of yours. No, maybe after him.
when he responds, he can respond to the whole issue. We have had the issue of RSOs and other examination malpractices, disciplinary action. The administration claimed that the issue is in the handbook. But you see, they have not been doing that in the past years. So if they want to start now following each and every rule in the handbook, let them tell the students that is what they want to happen, and then they start. And then to the student leaders, they also ought to help us because they are our ambassadors.
Thank you very much. Maybe you have a response to the allegations of the students before we wind up, because my director is telling me that we don't have time.
Thank you, Mr. Baraza. What I know about the student is something very obvious. Always the students they are very ignorant. I think the memos are being released in this institution. Memos are placed on the notice board and everywhere across the institution talking about the issue of debts, pay payment, the issue of registration of students, but the students end up just ignoring, saying this is our tool.
We may tend to close there the program and maybe begin again on next week. Join me on another problem encountering the students. But maybe before we leave, we should give a chance to each and every member of the panelists maybe to comment or give a closing remarks regarding the problem of communication in the Technical University. 30 seconds, please, madam.
Thank you. My remarks is that the institution should make sure that the corporate communication department is working as it should be.
Thank you very much. Mr. Sharif, please.
About the institution, we have done everything about the corporate office, everything has been furnished. Now to the students, I just want to tell them to do away with the ignorant behavior.
And maybe to the students, maybe do you have something to the closing remarks to make before we finish the show?
With proper communication, we will have everything flowing well in the institution.
Everything flowing well in the institution. Thank you for joining me throughout this show of the Student Table. I've been your host, Dennis Baraza. Join me next week, same time, same place. Goodbye.